What a year! It's the last year I watched movies.
One really great movie that
Oh
came out.
no, I don't have it
2019.
set on preview mode. Fuck.
Yeah, you want to
There's a
talk about
lot of
your
great
movie?
movies that came out in that 2019.
Yeah, and one of them is something that I picked, which is just
All right.
fantastic.
Talk about the great movie.
All
I
right.
don't have any fucking posters pulled up. We're
It's
just
fine.
gonna talk about it here.
All right. Well, I picked Cats, not the Butthole edition, because I've never seen it,
Standard.
unfortunately.
The edited
no
version.
one-
we
seen
saw
it.
we saw the edited PG-13 version,
Yeah,
not
sounds
the
about right.
non-rated, not rated butthole
Would it be
version
rated R?
It has to be
for cat
PG-13.
butthole?
It's very sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd have to give it R if you just have.
cat buttholes.
It seems that.
I would
way.
imagine, yeah. Like,
If you see Judi Dench's butthole, you need to give.
but what? How
Do you
would
think
they?
it was modeled on their actual buttholes? Do you think they
I would hope not.
found the actresses and actors' buttholes
They
and then modeled the cats' buttholes based on their actual butthole?
they
in
took
real
green
life?
screen
I mean, yeah,
pictures
you got to do that.
with
You
their
got it
open
right.
gates.
It's got to be accurate. Do you think they had butthole
SWB audio
stand-ins?
capture not registered.
That's probably I think Taylor Swift
Who-
probably didn't show her butthole. She probably had a
Who went
stand.
full back butthole for this movie?
Can you
Idris
imagine?
Elba.
Yeah, probably.
He's very committed.
Hell yeah.
Can you imagine being the artist that had to fucking draw and design the buttholes in the
I-
studio? That's
I
terrible.
bet you whatever
That was an
I
intern
bet you
job.
whatever artist did that was a person that like chimed up day one. It's like, I'll do the buttholes. That's my kink. Cat buttholes.
This
That's
is what I
my-
want to do,
That's
and I'm
my
gonna
thing.
fucking do the shit
Really
out of it.
creepy person who's very excited about.
He came home to his, or she came home to their 14 cats at home. And like, I finally got my dream job modeling buttholes for a cat movie. Sick pieces of shit.
Yeah, this I don't even know what to say about this movie. I only chose it because it is a horrifying film in so many ways. We talked about this before. We watched it during lockdown. Not JP, but
No.
Doug, Murph, and I. And it's just horrifying. It's a horrifying film. I do wish, and I still regret this, that I did not see this movie opening weekend, so I could have seen that apparently horrible special effects version of the film that they pulled from the theater and like.
So it got pulled and they fixed it.
Yeah, apparently like the
Yeah,
first.
they gave him new cuts.
It was like the first 72 hours that the movie was in theaters. It was a different cut of the movie. Like the special effects weren't finished, and then they redistributed the film.
SWB audio
Wild.
capture
Never heard of
not
that before.
registered.
That's so bad.
Like there was one thing where Judi Dench, she had her wedding ring on, and they just didn't remove it digitally.
Well, the cat was married.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, why not? There's a cat that wears a trench coat and a hat.
Silly
like,
fucking me.
Anything's possible in this world.
there's no story. Like, who cares?
I don't understand the story of cats. Are they actually like? Are they just supposed to be cats, but they're people, or are they like weird mutated cats that are?
I think there's fucking.
No, they're
People
supposed to be.
cats.
They're
They're
supposed to be
cats.
cats, but like
They're
you're
just
seeing it from
cats.
their world, like their
Okay.
perspective as cats.
But
And
I don't know
Mr.
what like
Mistopheles is a cat?
evangelical.
Or yeah, the jellicle cats.
Yeah, the
Angelical cats, whatever the
Angelical
fuck.
cats.
It's really
I don't
fucking
know, like-
bad. I don't know why.
It's
This
like,
was on
I don't know.
Broadway for so
Understand
long.
how? Yeah, they had the one good song, and that's it.
Yeah.
People were clearly on drugs for most of the 80s and 90s and 2000s that was on Broadway.
We had a copy of like the Hamilton-esque filming of Cats. Like the Broadway show was filmed and we had it on VHS at my house. And I never watched it. because it just seemed weird. I said, "Why are the cats people?" I don't like that.
Makes sense.
So I've never watched it, but it probably still exists in my parents' house somewhere. Could watch
Do
that.
you guys remember when Cats was coming off Broadway and they just like would run that commercial all the time?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Cats
That is
before it's
ingrained
gone.
into my brain.
Your last chance to see.
SWB audio capture.
On
Not
Broadway.
registered.
Who's that weird British guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
See the
Oh my
spectacle
Lord.
now before it's gone.
Yes.
It felt like
Yeah.
that ran for years.
It was probably still running when Cats was off Broadway.
Yeah, I forgot to pull the ad.
Someone's like, I wanted to see Cats, and I went there and it wasn't there. Thank you, commercial.
Oh, the one other thing I wanted to mention about this movie was I didn't realize who directed it. Like, he's made so many great movies.
Oopa!
Yeah.
Tom Hooper.
Like, what the fuck
did-
happened
what
with
did he
this
make?
this fucking shit of a film? I
What
mean,
other animal butthole movies did he make?
at most all, well, maybe not all, but mostly musicals, like musical adaptations. Didn't he do
Did,
Les Mis,
Yeah, he did Les Mis,
which is great?
The King's Speech, the John Adams miniseries. I think maybe one other movie.
It's just weird because not only has he done other musicals like adaptations and they were
Best
great.
Picture winner.
Yeah. He's done regular
Yeah,
films.
people love the King's Speech.
Cats is I've never seen it, but like at least live. Cats is arguably one of the best Broadway shows. Like it's up there.
It's definitely
It's
one
up
of the
there.
One of the
longest
most
running of all
popular.
time.
Yes.
We don't know if it's actually
Yeah.
good.
It's very
I don't think it
highly
is good.
acclaimed.
We could watch it.
Yeah, my guess
together.
is it's one of those cases of popular and good, not meshing.
I'll
But this
find the
movie
VHS. We'll
is-
watch it.
That'll be
All right.
live reactions.
But this movie is like everyone. If you actually like this movie, you are fucking on an unbelievable amount of drugs. It's just not good.
SWB audio
So, it's just
capture.
weird.
Not registered.
Yeah, it was really bad.
How's Idris Elba's singing voice?
I don't
Uh,
remember. I
Gra-
don't remember really much of this movie.
I
Yeah, I don't
mean-
really remember much.
We were talking throughout the entire second half.
Yeah. Grovelly.
We were just
Yeah,
like, all
it
right, we
wasn't
can't
good.
line up the dialogue in our attempt at live.
The story was like
thing together.
nonsensical. Like you couldn't follow what was going on in the story because it didn't make any sense. I found it really weird that the proportions of the cat seemed to like change at all. It's like sometimes they were really small, sometimes they weren't really small. Like it just was like weird. The whole movie is just weird.
Well,
Yeah.
yes. So yeah, that's Cats. 2019. Mm-hmm.
All right,
Wonderful.
Doug.
I picked 1917, which is the last movie I saw in theaters before COVID hit.
You still haven't
I
seen
saw it in
anything?
IMAX. No, I said since COVID hit. I did.
Oh.
I've been back for Quiet Place Part 2 to help Murph's box office numbers.
Thanks,
None of the movies you
Um,
picked, huh?
But yeah, 1917 was what I picked. I just in IMAX, it was just like such a cool experience. I felt like I was in a video game, and just like the whole trickery with the camera, with the one take, that last scene where he's running and like bombs are going off and there's fighting. It was just cinematically, I think it's just a really interesting movie that really benefits from being seen in the theater. The story isn't really anything special. It's kind of a
SWB audio
story.
capture. Not
but
registered.
The way that they were able to achieve in this movie a feeling of the entire movie taking place in one shot, I thought was super cool. Didn't feel like a gimmick, although it is kind of gimmick. Just a really beautiful movie, and it was a good last movie to hold me over until Quiet Place Part 2. a month or two ago, so I had to throw it on here. And then Murph picked the other movie I was in, so he beat me to it. So it was easy. I was able to pick 1917.
thought you might have picked that one.
Yeah.
I've never seen 1917. I wanted to really bad, and I just never got around to seeing it in theaters. And then
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't see it at home.
Yeah, but
So
I would, like,
he's just never gonna see it now.
Maybe I'll come back
not
in
that
theaters.
Crazy. I'm not that crazy like you, Doug. Like, I don't mind seeing movies on my own, like imposter 4K television without surround sound. Like, I don't mind. It doesn't ruin the situation for me. It's just like one of those things where I wanted to go for the spectacle, and then after the spectacle wasn't there, I was like, okay, well, I can watch this at my own speed, I guess. And my speed is apparently like a turtle with no legs. So I don't even know, like, can I stream it anywhere? Because I'm not gonna fucking rent it. No.
Was it on HBO? Or?
It's on fake Hulu with a premium subscription. So it means I have to watch like 8 commercials while it's going, and I'll watch like 2 hours of commercials before it starts. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But I will eventually see this movie. It looks cool as hell.
It's super. I think it's super cool. Just don't expect the story's fine, it's serviceable. Just don't expect like an amazing story. It's more about
SWB audio capture.
Yeah, I want to get
not
lost
registered.
in like the World War I-esque world, and know what it's
and
like.
you're
to
like
run
down
through
on the ground. Yeah, you're down on the ground level, which is interesting for like a war movie. So you kind of feel like you're with them in the trenches.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Eventually, I'll watch.
And then every 5 seconds, there's like you're like, I recognize that famous general, some famous British actor.
Well, that's fun. I like doing that. Hell yeah, 1917.
Well, JP, talk
Anything else
about
about
1969.
Yeah, it's two years in a row where I picked a very period piece type of 60s 70s movie. That's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a Quentin Tarantino movie, which I honestly think might be my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie I've ever seen.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
one of
Wow,
statement.
it's one of
It
my
is-
favorites.
that is a
Not
statement.
my favorite, but one of mine.
It is a powerhouse cast with Leo and Brad Pitt and fucking everyone else that's in this movie. Margaret Robbie for like an incredibly small role. And nothing happens for the most part until the very end, which is like one of the things I really enjoy about movies is when absolutely nothing happens and it's suspenseful the whole way through. And this was one of those movies where I remember being it's a story about Hollywood in 1969 with the whole Charles Manson thing, and it weaves the Charles Manson cult into this whole story. It follows a struggling actor played by Leo, who was once a great Western star and has since fallen out of grace. He plays a really great character. There's a lot of depth there.
SWB audio
Brad Pitt's
capture
sort of his
not registered.
kind of, and his the stunt guy,
And best
he's
friend.
kind of his manservant a little bit and best friend. And the whole movie just follows the Sharon Tate situation, and you get this really horrible sense of dread that like, oh great, we're gonna get to watch this innocent person be murdered by these heathens. And then you realize at the very end that you're watching a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie and he does not value history at all. And you get to see the greatest massacre of like the Charles Manson cult that's ever existed, which, spoiler alert, ends up with fucking Leo flamethrowering someone in a pool, which is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. I absolutely loved that little twist. And the whole movie is just done so well. From you really feel like you're in the late 60s. And I think they went back and they filmed a lot of it in LA, right? And they they
Yeah,
de-aged some of the buildings.
Yeah, they've
and-
retrofitted
Yeah, it was really
everything.
cool, like what they did on like Hollywood Boulevard for like part of it.
Yeah. I remember going to see this movie, and I was maybe one of like 10 or 15 people in the theater at the time, and that last part of the movie where everything twists and they just start murdering the Charles Manson people, I was fucking screaming laughing the whole time. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, that was one of the most fun endings like in a movie.
It really was.
Mm-hmm.
God,
So-
Brad Pitt just like demolishes everyone.
Yeah.
He's
The
high on
dog
LSD,
and-
right? And then he's got the can of dog food.
Yeah.
Ah,
Throws it.
SWB
It's
audio
so
capture
brutal, but
not
so fucking
registered.
Fantastic.
yeah,
It's
it
the
really
way
is
life
brutal.
should have went.
Yeah, it really is brutal, and like I don't like brutality, but when you realize who it's happening to, you just can't help but be like, "Oh, this is great." Like,
Yeah,
should be more of this in movies. It's like in Inglourious Basterds where they kill Hitler, and
exactly.
obviously this didn't happen, but it'd be really great if it did.
Yeah, this alternative version of
Yep.
reality is a lot nicer than the one we experience. Well, we didn't experience, but our parents and whoever else did,
Yeah,
and Sharon Tate and all them, unfortunately.
yeah, and stupid. What's his face? Piece of shit asshole.
Roman Polanski.
Yeah, Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Roman Polanski. I still fucking hate you.
I love Rick Dalton's like absolute blind hatred for hippies.
Of hippies.
It is he hates hippies so much. Like that that scene when they're
He's
in
making
front of
margaritas.
yeah, he's making margaritas and the hippies
Goddamn fucking hippies.
the cult are in like the cul-de-sac, like right outside, like literally going up to, kill Sharon Tate or whoever. And he comes out, he's like, "Get out of my fucking driveway!" And he's got his margarita like pitcher.
I thought for
It's
sure he
fucking
was gonna
great.
bite it right there, and then when
Yeah.
he's just screaming at the hippies, they go away.
And like some of the names that he calls them are fucking hilarious. Oh my god. It's just great. Great stuff.
Yeah, it's a reminder of just how fucking funny Leo is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he needs to be in more like comedic roles because he's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, between that, Wolf of Wall Street, Django, like, he's really fucking funny.
Mhm.
No, he really is.
Yeah. Django's pretty funny. Tarantino brings it out, I guess.
SWB audio
Be interesting to
capture
see what
not
his-
registered.
His next one will be.
Yeah, it's the last one.
Mm-hmm.
His last one until one of them doesn't count, and then he does
Exactly.
one.
Exactly. All right.
What you got, Murph? You
And
stole this from
then-
Doug.
And then what I stole from Doug is Ready or Not. So it's like a horror comedy. We've talked about it before on the show, but just to quick synopsis of what it's about. It's about a newlywed couple who, right after their wedding, they have to weird ritual where they play a game with the entire family that always takes place after a wedding in the family. Which you find out the reason for the game leads back to occult reasons, and if they don't play the game, the entire family will die. So it's in a ridiculous scenario, but you don't actually know throughout the movie if it's like real or not, which is pretty interesting. Like if they play the game, will they all die, or is nothing to happen? But yeah, they claim that all their family's fortune has to do with they did this deal with this person, and that's how they started playing the game. But it all leads to a game of hide and seek where the bride has to be the one who hides, and everyone in the looking for her to kill her. So it's no guarantee that it will be a game where somebody needs to get murdered. It could just be a fun little game and nothing happens. But if it ends up being hide and seek, the newlywed bride is going to have to get murdered within like 12 hours or something. Really fucking weird, funny. Samara Weaving gives a killer star turn.
SWB audio capture not
Saw her in-
registered.
Or the first time I ever saw her in like a lead role. And then the family around her all gave solid performances as well. Adam Brody probably being the standout. Andy McDowell as like the matriarch, she was solid. And her husband, played by Henry, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's the dude in the original Mission Impossible, who's out to get Tom Cruise. But they're really strong in it. And yeah, it's a really fun movie. Like these guys are doing the next Scream movie. And it was really a surprise. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. I thought the trailers looked interesting, but I fucking loved it. Probably my favorite movie of the year.
It was like shockingly funny. Like I wasn't expecting it to be as funny as it was, and like intelligent funny, not like stupid, quippy funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I completely agree. The trailers did nothing for me. I did not want to see this movie. I think Murphy kind of like convinced me. I forgot what the other movie was that was out that we were between.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
It was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I think.
Was it?
I think so. It was at
You
JV's
picked-
bachelor party.
Yeah, and you picked the movie, so it was
wanted
Ready
to
or Not.
Yeah, we wanted to go to the Alamo Draft House in Austin. So we took 2 hours away from drinking. We came back and everyone was bombed.
You missed.
Yeah,
a
I mean,
hell of a time.
It's an Alamo Draft House, so we were still drinking, but
Yeah,
That's true.
you missed some good times though.
had some. I was able to win.
Well, Doug came back and took shots.
able
at
to win.
Pokemon.
SWB audio
Yeah.
capture
Yeah.
not registered.
Pokemon.
But yeah, I don't know if it was the Alamo Draft House experience that elevated it the first time in an Alamo Draft House in Texas, but I had a blast with this movie, and I just have 2019 and thinking back. I mean, my 2 memories are 1917, having that awesome experience at IMAX, and just like blast, just like at Ready or Not,
which was
it was just
technically
such a fun time.
2020.
Yes.
Because that one opened like in January.
Mm-hmm.
In like
Yes.
like nationwide. But it was a 2019 movie.
What was I gonna say about that? So Ready or Not reminds me of another. It reminds me of like something from, I want to say, the 90s. Is it Scream? I can't tell.
I don't know.
I don't know. No one else feels that way. Okay, we'll forget it. It was a fun movie. Is
Yes,
it
no, it's a
Buffy?
fun
I don't know. There's something that it reminds me of.
like
It probably
From the
would remind you more
90s.
of Buffy than Scream.
Maybe it's Buffy.
like Buffy.
Where it's
from-
And
kinda
you
got
didn't like
like a-
Scream, so that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, it might be Buffy. Just like the sense of humor mixed with like the horror element.
Yeah, and it's not like the violence isn't too brutal or anything like that. Like a lot of it's played for laughs. So it's definitely something that anyone can watch. But yeah, that's that. The movie it actually reminded me of that year, Knives Out, like a similar like type of presence, like the
Yeah.
like rich versus the poor, or snobs
SWB audio
versus, like,
capture
normies.
not registered.
And then taking place in like a big, like fucking nice mansion and shit. But we can talk about. We'll get right into Knives Out then now because it's extra picks for people. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else got those similar vibes, but I certainly did.
I could see it, especially with like the wide array of different characters that were in this film, and also Knives Out.
Yeah,
Like,
they're like ensemble
eccentric.
pieces to a degree. Yeah, they're all got weird, large personalities.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're obviously excited for the upcoming sequels to that. On the superhero front, we had Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home. Endgame, I think we will all agree, was by far the best one of those three.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there will never, I don't think we're ever going to see like such a crazy like cinematic event and like we're never seeing another movie having a bigger opening in like our life, I think.
Probably.
Yeah,
Because
I think
movie
so.
theaters are dying to an extent, and this was a conclusion to like a 23-part chapter or 22-part chapter, whatever it was at the time. So yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see anything like that again.
We could. I mean, not when we're young.
Avatar 5, right? Avatar 5.
Yeah, totally Avatar
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
I could see them if the comic book thing doesn't die, DC getting it right at some point, maybe. I don't fucking know. And
Yeah,
actually
can you
doing
see
the
that?
Justice League
'Cause-
thing. I could. I mean, shit, dude.
Could.
Stuff has happened in this world that I couldn't possibly imagine in a million years. So who knows?
Are they gonna
I
like
mean,
clone
DC
Kevin Feige?
DC was bigger
SWB
than
audio
Marvel on
captured,
film
not
for
registered.
20-something years.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, we're
So
getting.
I mean, they should be bigger. I mean, they've got the bigger characters. It's just they
They're
don't
so
know what the hell they're
top-heavy.
doing.
yeah,
But then again, it doesn't matter about being top heavy. You can make lower characters popular,
Yeah.
like
they've-
Marvel
yeah.
does.
They've proven
Most
that.
of the Marvel characters are sort of bottom dwelling. I mean, even Iron Man's
Yeah.
not like an A-list
No,
character.
he never
It's like
was.
a
and
C-list.
They turned him into one.
Yeah.
They turned him into one.
It's pretty amazing.
All right. Jojo Rabbit, Taika's follow-up to Thor Ragnarok. This one was a blast.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Really funny for a movie set during the Holocaust and World War II.
Yeah.
Taika playing Hitler was absolutely hilarious. We need to see more starring roles from him. Apparently, he's pretty good in Free Guy.
Yeah,
so
that's what
I have
I've
to
heard
check that
too.
out.
Yeah,
Us, Jordan Peele.
that was good.
Jordan Peele's follow-up to Get Out. Kind of disappointment for me. I mean, I enjoyed it, but nowhere near as much as Get Out.
It was also very different. Like, it wasn't as it didn't have a lot as much to say as Get Out did. Like, there was like a
No,
lot.
whatever it was
behind
trying
it.
to say was like kind of said in a sloppy way that didn't really make much sense.
Yeah, I think it was more.
I mean, I still don't understand. Like, I don't know.
The
it was weird.
tethered stuff doesn't.
Yeah,
make
it
any
doesn't
sense.
really. It
You
doesn't
can't think
make sense.
about
What
it
if
too
someone goes on
much.
vacation?
That movie
Yeah,
plays.
you really can't
Yeah.
think about it at all,
That
or else
movie-
it's gonna be a problem.
That movie plays a lot better when you watch it the second and the third time. You notice and connect things that you definitely
Really?
didn't notice the first time. 100%. 100%. I mean, it's definitely not
See, I
better than
think
Get
for-
Out, but
Yeah,
SWB
guess my problem is
audio
I'd probably think
captured,
about it more.
not registered.
and be like, well, how are these tethered people?
Yeah, don't go
Dude,
find
exactly,
more plot
like-
holes in watching it.
there are
Yeah.
plot holes, but there's Easter eggs and stuff in the movie that when you
Who's
see
feeding the rabbits? Like, I'm just gonna have a lot of questions going on.
Yeah.
But I actually like this movie somewhat. I thought like had a nice little atmosphere. It was creepy as fuck until they can just like beat the shit out of these like tethered people.
Mhm.
I thought the tethered people were so creepy. And then when
Yeah.
it turns out that they're like not really a threat, then I was like, all right, well, this isn't as fun. They just like what's her face just has like that weird voice throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Lupita
choked
Nyong'o.
out.
What's her name?
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that voice. I don't know how she did it. I would have lost my voice on day one. But
Yeah. She did a lot of
Yeah,
research for
it's-
that too. Like I remember reading like there was some like weird like thing that she researched and she thought was super creepy that, that kind of inspired her for how, the character talked. But it very unsettling. Got his new movie coming up soon. in a
Yeah,
year.
Nope.
Nope.
Yep,
Whatever
looking
that's
forward to
gonna be.
that. Whatever it is. All right.
Is that
then-
a
Yeah.
What's the fucking What's the fake horror movie trailer that was like, no,
Don't.
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 That was it was a like horror movie in a house, right? Like
That
a
was
haunted
Edgar
house.
Wright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't open the door.
That's instantly what it made me think about.
SWB audio
That
capture
Thanksgiving.
not registered.
All right, and then we've got Kate's picks.
Let's go.
There's all lopping them out. Like 20.
There's some stuff I've actually seen, so that's good.
There's a lot
Ooh,
of
there's a lot of
things I've
stuff that
actually
we've seen.
All right, let's start with 5 Feet Apart. I'm aware of what it is. It's on a watch list. It's a couple people that have like a disease, and I think they meet in the hospital.
Cystic fibrosis. Marv. They both have it. You're not allowed to be around people. Like if you put them together, their disease gets worse. But they're so in love, Murph.
I feel like I at least either saw this movie or I saw the trailer. I don't remember.
Yeah, I saw the trailer a bunch. I was like, oh, this looks like a nice happy movie. Yeah, Haley Lou Richardson's in it. I like her. Yeah, I'll check it out eventually.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody fame.
Nice.
Who's that? That's
Cole
Sprouse brothers.
The Big Daddy kids.
Big Daddy.
Little shits from Big Daddy.
Midsommar, which we've got some different takes on that movie in this group.
Lovely film.
I'm guessing Murph, you don't like it.
It was just like
it's too out there for Murph.
Fine.
Right?
I didn't fucking.
I enjoyed this movie, which I didn't. I shouldn't have enjoyed this movie. I just like how bright and just a pleasant experience, just taking in the natural.
Yeah, real fucking pleasant.
The all the nature scenes I thought were music. It was just very chill.
While all the other stuff is going on,
it's not chill.
Yeah. No, yeah. I get what Doug's saying. I mean, this movie, it starts out, it goes, other than the beginning of the movie.
SWB audio capture not registered.
Convent, whatever, town, village. It's like them going into this fantasy world, and it's like, oh, this is so serene and pretty and nice, and then all of a sudden, shit starts to get crazy.
Well, I know what Rick Dalton would think about this movie.
Fucking hippies.
Exactly.
Yeah, he would.
Never trust hippies.
Dark Waters. This was another good one. Mark Ruffalo taking on the DuPont company for the second time on film after Foxcatcher.
Mm-hmm.
This one actually legally, because they poisoned plenty of people.
I lived this
over the years. Yeah, you're got that environmental science going on.
I did.
Yeah, it was good. You'd like this movie, JP.
Yeah, you would.
Very procedural.
It would remind me of work. I'm good. I already know everything about this bullshit.
Talk about how much Teflon is in our bodies.
Yeah, PFOA and fucking PFOS and fuck it all, dude. It's work. I can't watch this shit.
Yesterday, it's the one where the Beatles didn't exist as the Beatles, but yeah, John Lennon's alive in the movie, which is kind of weird.
This movie was great. It was fun.
Callie saw this. She liked it.
I didn't really like this one. I thought the trailer was better than the movie, but obviously there's others who think otherwise, so nothing wrong with that. Maybe I'm wrong. JP, watch it and tell me I'm right.
Nah, I won't watch it. I don't like the Beatles.
The Other Lamb. JP, what is The Other Lamb?
The Other Lamb stars Raffi Cassidy and Michael Huisman.
Is it Rafe? Or is it Raffi?
SWB audio captured not registered.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like the children's singer.
Yeah.
It has a one-sentence synopsis. So it's a girl born into an all-female cult led by a man in their compound begins to question his teachings and her own reality. It has 75 tomatoes.
Yeah, Kate just watched this, and she said it was super fucked up. I have not watched it. I saw the trailer. It didn't look interesting to me.
Report back if you do. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. We briefly mentioned it.
Nope.
It's not very.
The
It's not
synopsis of this movie says
no.
poo 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 garbage.
good. Major disappointment for the end of a
Absolute
9-film saga.
Trash.
Just no.
But we'll pretend it ended with The Last Jedi.
Yes.
Can we not pretend it ended with the Last Jedi?
We'll
and then
pretend it ended with The Force Awakens.
What would you rather have? It ending with Last Jedi or with this movie?
with the Force Awakens,
All right,
because the Last Jedi was fucking trash too. Poo 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 poo.
Yes, God, yes. I know this
Yes.
one stars one of the girls from Stranger Things.
Yeah. And Wolfgang Novagargar.
Oh, this is it. It's with Will's sister from Stranger
Yes.
Okay.
Things. I forgot her name.
Yeah. It's about a Catholic girl. She finds herself having tempting thoughts after an AOL chat turns unexpectedly racy.
Damn.
Literally all it says.
It's a period piece.
It's got 93 tomatoes.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. That'll be good.
It doesn't look good.
Buffalo. What is buffaloed?
Buffaloed.
I
Not a
kinda
whole lot
remember that.
about Buffaloed, but
The name sounds familiar.
Zoe Deutsch.
Oh,
It's another Deutsch
He's
vehicle.
back.
Zoe
fucking
Deutsch
back.
is back.
And
2019.
now we got Jai Courtney in it too. So you know it's
SWB
good.
audio capture,
You got a
not
homegrown
registered.
hustler decides to become a debt collector in a desperate bid to escape her own money problems and her hometown of Buffalo, New York. That's where the buffalo comes from. Holy shit, we got 80 tomatoes.
Corey, I think if Kate can get with Zoe Deutsch, she leaves you.
Yeah,
She's
She
a
seems
big,
to love
big
all of her movies.
Yeah.
Zoe Deutsch fan.
that's totally true.
Doug, were you here when we talked about how Zoe Deutsch is Marty's mom's daughter in real life? Marty McFly?
It's Leah Thompson's daughter.
No.
Yeah, I think you ducked out early that day.
Is that true?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
dog, that's true.
We would not lie about Zoe Deutsch.
We don't
What-
even know if we're saying her
Why
last name
doesn't-
correctly.
Probably completely wrong, but she's Zoe Deutsch. Don't care.
Oh, I didn't realize that she was related to Leah Thompson.
Yeah. And there's
In
her
fact, it is
confirmation.
her mother.
Look at the chat. There's her confirmation. We are all
Boom,
correct.
100%. Up, we got Andy in the chat
What do
throwing
we
down
get?
Bob Ross.
100%.
Followed by an Andy.
All right, so we're just gonna have to keep Zoe Deutsch and Kate away from one another.
Yeah.
Zoe Deutsch.
All right, Ford versus Ferrari, awesome flick.
I've not seen this
great
one yet.
movie.
It is on every to watch list I think I have on every platform
You
it's
would-
streaming on.
You would definitely enjoy this one. This is a
Probably would.
great film.
Bale and Damon versus Ferrari,
Mhm.
really fun one. Great chemistry with them.
Yeah. Great cast, like throughout. It's got a lot of great actors and actresses
Yeah.
that pop up.
Someone great.
Yeah.
JP?
All right. Well, this continues the incredibly high Rotten Tomatoes score of Kate's
SWB audio
Picks,
capture,
at
not
83
registered.
Tomatoes. It stars powerhouses such as RuPaul and Rosario Dawson, Lakeith Stanfield, and the synopsis is: dumped by her long-term boyfriend, a music journalist recruits her two best friends for one last outrageous adventure in New York City before she moves to San Francisco.
Well, okay then. All right, it's got a good
Yeah,
cast. Well,
Apparently, it's
got two
well-liked.
good. Got Rosario Dawson and Lakeith Stanfield, so they're good.
And also RuPaul.
And
Go.
RuPaul, star of Brady Bunch movie and a Very Brady sequel. Yes.
RuPaul's in both those fucking movies.
Oh, yeah. She's a very important character in the series.
That's wild.
Um,
I don't remember
okay.
those Nightmare movies.
Last Christmas. We're talking about a Christmas movie in August.
Yeah.
This one's got who? Henry Golding and Amelia Clarke, I believe. Paul Feig vehicle.
Oh, I
Yeah,
remember this
it's
movie.
Paul Feig. It's got Amelia Clarke, yeah, and Emma Thompson and Michelle
I
Yeoh.
thought you were going to say Leah Thompson. I've been like, damn.
No Zoe Deutsch connection here. Just Paul Feig.
Not a fan
How many
of the
tomatoes we got on this film? It's on my watch list.
47.
Ooh, I should remove it from my watch list.
Not a high
Not a fan
potato.
Although-
not a fan of the Feig.
What's the audience
Kate-
score though?
Kate endorses it, so
Let's see. Audience score is 81. Jesus fucking Christ. People.
That
why do
is a
people
big
like Paul
difference.
Feig? Why
Yeah.
do people like Paul Feig?
I don't understand.
He's bad.
He's terrible.
It's divisive. He's divisive. He's just fucking
he's definitely divisive. I would not say he's terrible. He's made good television shows and good movies.
No,
The word terrible should be applied to people who make bad.
SWB audio
Typically
capture
only bad
not
things.
registered.
Nah, Paul Feig's bad. He's bad.
All right, and then we've got extremely wicked, shockingly evil. It's the Zac Efron version of Ted Bundy.
Not a good movie.
I tried to get into this. It was incredibly forgettable.
He was really good, but the movie was not good. It was too long, and it was not written well. It was fucking boring.
I was expecting some Zodiac level shit,
Yeah.
and it just was not even.
It was not.
Well, there's a new Ted Bundy movie that just came out.
Did Finch direct it? 'Cause,
No.
Oh, that's with forgot the actor's name.
Yeah, so did I.
I will say though, Zac Efron kind of plays a convincing Ted Bundy.
He's
pretty
very good.
close. Someone should ask him what he was doing in the 60s, because maybe he's actually Ted Bundy. I don't know. Remains to be seen.
Oh, apparently
Alright.
Elijah Wood. That's who's.
He's not Ted Bundy, is he?
That would be kind of weird.
That would be weird.
I thought it was,
I do not endorse that.
Chad Michael Murray is
Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah, that's who it is. That's it. That
Is
is
that-
But
Yeah.
Elijah Wood is
Chad Michael Murray's back.
It's Luke Kirby.
Wow, I'm
Is
completely.
Luke Kirby.
Luke Kirby is Ted Bundy. Elijah Wood is in the movie as
Luke Kirby?
fucking-
Isn't that like an old person?
Robert
I'm thinking of Bruno
motherfucking
Kirby.
Oh, okay.
Robert motherfucking Patrick's in this movie. The T-1000 himself.
Oh, Luke Kirby. He was on The Deuce.
The
Oh, okay. He
Deuce.
plays the guy who's interviewing Bundy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who does? Chad Michael Murray?
SWB audio
Chad
capture
Michael Murray
not
I'm
registered.
pretty sure not.
Who the
an
fuck is
actor
Chad
anymore.
Michael Murray?
Chad Michael Murray starred in like every Hillary Duff movie.
Why the fuck are we
Yeah.
talking about Chad Michael Murray?
I
right
don't know.
now?
Corey likes Chad Michael Murray.
He was
Damn
in
it,
Faculty.
Corey.
Dirk
Oh,
said
that's
he's in-
because Chad Michael Murray also was Ted Bundy in a movie this year.
Oh, okay. So that's what I'm thinking about. So we're
He's in
talking about.
He's
Wait.
in Ted Bundy American Boogeyman.
Wait, so we're talking about there's two. There's two.
Luke Kirby
completely
is Ted
different
Bundy
movies?
in No Man of
Ted Bundy, fucking ghoul.
God.
So there's two Ted Bundy films coming out in 2021.
Yes,
Wow,
Good
wild.
Lord. Ted Bundy, America's ghoul.
Ted Bundy. He's having the weirdest comeback of being in 3 movies in 2 years.
So strange.
American Ghoul.
So
Yeah.
strange.
I think that sums up 2019.
What a strange
So-
year.
We only got one more to go.
Yay.
Chugging along.
I didn't watch any
Fucking-
movies in 2020.
The shittiest year ever. That'll be fun to talk about.
I didn't watch any of these movies.
I'm
I
very-
think I'm going to go watch one of these movies before next week.
I'm very excited to pick a random movie that you guys aren't gonna know about and use that as my pick. We'll
You're
see.
going to pick Bloodshot.
Bloodshot? What was that?
Yep.
Oh, the comic book character.
Vin
with
Diesel superhero
Yeah.
movie.
Oh God, that movie looked terrible.
We've talked about every one of these movies. though.
Probably.
That's the problem.
I know it's gonna be tough. We're gonna have to go with something like from before the podcast started. The first like 3 months of the year, 4 months of the year.
Even a lot of those we talked about, like Invisible Man.
Whatever. People listening now probably didn't hear about
None of
that.
you listen. None
SWB
of you
audio
know who we
capture
are.
not
You don't know our
registered.
roots. You don't know us.
Who's DS Brooks 75?
He's chilling.
Yeah. New
He knows
viewer.
what's going on at
Yeah.
least.
He does, man. He knows about that Ted Bundy movie stuff. I love it. He just followed us today.
Yeah.
Welcome,
There you go.
DS, bro.
Welcome,
You're killing
welcome.
it, dude.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Helping us with the fact
All right.
checks.
We done? We good?
I think so.
We're done.
I think we're
Doug.
done.
Doug, this was a quick episode.
Yeah, I'm glad we only had this 3.5.
So the question.
It was way shorter than
Thank
normal.
you. Thank you, DS Brooks.
So my question right now is: this episode 49.5, or is this episode 50? What are we
It's
doing?
episode 50.
Feels like
It's
50.
episode-
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
like 50.
It feels like
It's
50
episode
now? Is that what we're doing?
49.5 on the overlay, though.
Puts
Yeah,
a-
no, we definitely went 50.
Putting a stamp on it. 50. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, we can't say if it was 49 and a half, this would be a mini episode. And this
It was
was
supposed to be.
this was 2.5 hours. So yeah,
ahead of
definitely
ourselves.
does not qualify. Or no, was it 3 hours?
It's-
Yeah, it was
Yeah, we started around 9-ish.
Yeah, it's 3. It's 3 hours. Yeah.
Yes, this was not a mini episode. Well, I doubled what I guessed it would be.
That's big yikes.
As always, I do not know time.
No.
It was a good guess.
Time flies when you're talking about movies.
Exactly. All right, well, Twitchers, YouTubers, thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week. And hope you come back too. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Have a great night.
Bye.
There you go.
Good night.
There it is. Later.